Hey, it's theCUBE. We are at MWC2023 in Barcelona, Spain. I'm Lisa Martin with Dave Vellante. Dave, we've had some great conversations at the event so far. The name change from Mobile World Congress to MWC reflects, it's not just about mobile. There are so many other interesting components. There's a lot going on in telecom. We've only just started to crack the surface.
I mean, mobile was a huge catalyst for this show, obviously, changed the world. But there's so much more going on at the show, but let's talk about mobile.
Let's talk about mobile. We've got two guests here with us. Dr. Srinivas Mukkamala is back, the Chief Product Officer at Ivanti. Great to have you back. Sally Fuller also joins us, the Director of BT and EE Enterprise Mobile Products Group at BT. Welcome to the program.
Great to be here.
So I want to get both of your perspectives on how mobility is evolving. Sally, we'll start with you and then Shri will go to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. So I think it's an amazing time in mobile, and it feels like we're at the beginning of our next big inflection point. So our customers are really going, they were going mobile first, but now they're going mobile only. And they're layering into their mobile estate everything it takes to do their job. So they're really supporting their field workers, their remote workers. So well, actually, what's your task? How do we help you do your task using the mobile services? Meanwhile, what we're trying to do is make sure that the really, really big and important ones are embedded in our network, and the rest of them are securely enabled into that mobile endpoint, so that we can help our customers have a really effortless experience and really do what they need to do, is empower their people to do their jobs. So it's quite an exciting time. It's happening in the backdrop of quite a lot of ambiguity and sort of uncertainty in the market. There's a lot of customers are sort of hanging on to their coattails a little bit with changes that are happening around them. So we've got to help them through that uncertainty. The markets are volatile, their customer environments are volatile, the labor markets are changing. So we've got to help them work through all of that change that's going on around them as well.
Shri, what are you seeing, obviously from Ivanti's perspective? There's a lot of opportunity there with what Sally was describing.
So first, the definition of mobility is expanded exponentially, right? I mean, when people look at mobility, they think it's just your phones. One thing we forget is wearables, implants, your digital robots, your autonomous cars, right? Everything from your sensing devices to what you have implants today is all mobility, right? It's the exponential growth of that. From our perspective, we probably will be one of the best beneficiaries of this expansion. Think about us, we're one of the leading mobile device management vendors in the world. I mean, unbeatable vendor there. At the same time, we also bring in amazing mobile threat defense as well. So from our perspective, while everybody's talking about mobile here, that's what we're talking about. I'm scared at one hand, I see the opportunity on the other hand to really bring our mission to the world of securing this frontline workers. Today we look at it as a horizontal. Everything is mobile, everything needs to be managed, everything needs to be secure, but when you start verticalizing mobile on, okay, what is an emergency device, what is life-threatening, what is reliability, what is just regular sensing, you're going to start seeing a different evolution of scrutiny and assurance mobile needs to provide that your endpoint computing had never had to do that. Today, if your computer goes down, it's a bad thing, but if your implant goes down, you're going to lose a human life. You're going to start looking at a very different perspective of what mobility brings to the people thing. Autonomous vehicles is one thing that scares the heck out of it. While we are very comfortable with aviation, we're not comfortable with cars just going by themselves on the streets yet. Yes, we allow them to do it, but we still have a lot of regulations, right? So those are some of the evolutions. I look at it and say, what can we do as an industry to do better?
I mean, you're right, it's not just a smartphone. It used to be that the PC drove the economics of everything technology. And then, you remember the iPod, you had a spinning disc in there, but
yep.
But then the flash, came, and then the ARM processors, and the economics have completely changed. So there are some big picture trends that are going on in the industry. From BT's perspective, when you zoom out, what are the things that sort of inform you, Sally, in terms of your strategy that you're going to be leaning into over the next decade?
So BT's a huge operator. We've got the biggest mobile network in the UK. We've got a network, we support networks in 180 countries. We've got a major security business, both for securing our own network, as well as obviously for supporting our customer security. So we draw on all of that to design our products and our services for our customers. And their attack surface is changing. It's changing because of how they work, it's changing because they're using cloud more and more, it's changing because criminals are really creative now about how to catch someone when they're off guard. Whether or not it's attacking a human being who's not completely in the moment and clicks on the wrong thing, or hasn't kept their mobile estate fully up to date and downloaded the latest software, or whether it's because something hasn't been designed securely. So we need to help our customers think through where are their risks and how do we help them effortlessly protect as much of that estate as possible so that really creative cyber criminals can be kept away from what's precious to our customers and what's precious to their suppliers and their customers. And that takes a lot of thought and knowledge and amazing partnerships to do that really well.
Can you talk about how the partnership with Ivanti is enabling that? Because you mentioned the threat landscape is changing. It's so amorphous these days, and there's only going to be the explosion of mobility and mobile devices. Talk about the partnership from BT's perspective and what it's really enabling you to deliver to your end customers.
So we've been partners for 10 years, really trusted partnership, fabulous partnership. So we work hand in hand with our customers, hand in hand with our sales teams, our technical teams, and that means a lot, because it means we show up together to our customers and we're both experts and we can give them the best advice, we can help educate if that's what they need, we can partner and design. It's a team sport, and we play that team sport really proudly and really well. I'm really pleased that in March we'll be launching a new secure UEM offer with Ivanti. We're including it free of charge for our SME customers, which means they don't have to think about it. It's just added in by the mobile tariff, you get packaged in secure UEM from Ivanti, don't have to think about it, and then it means they can properly manage their endpoints. They can start to think, well, where is someone, how are they being kept secure? How do I protect them if they've lost their phone, or they've left my business, or they've joined my business? So we can do all of that for them with this offer. And it makes it easy and effortless for the customer to keep their business secure. And we're really proud of that. We're really proud to do that together.
To me, that's really key because the operative phrase was you don't have to think about it. Because if somebody said to me, what's the biggest security challenge out there? I would say it's bad user behavior. So, and there was a period of time where you really, not much you could do about that, but you're referencing what you actually can do about that with automation and the like, but I'm sure there are other challenges.
Education is everything though. Yeah. But I think you've got to reward good behavior, not punish bad behavior. So you've got to try and educate and encourage good practice. And I think that investment in training and awareness is really important. It's really where it starts, isn't it? So.
Lena Smart is she's the CISO of MongoDB. And she does this thing where at Mongo, she takes her most sophisticated security pros and puts them together with just everyday people who know nothing about security, and they can see how much they don't know and vice versa, and then that's how they create this culture, because it's going beyond the boardroom now. Yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
to everywhere, but your thoughts on big challenges?
I mean, like Sally just talked about, right? It's the last mile is always the issue. Your user is the weakest, we talk about it, and now we're talking about generative AI, the next weakest link, because we want to feed everything to that. What will that do to us? So you're starting to see the attack vector go, and really what we need to do is we need to educate the humans. And we want every user within our organization to take security seriously. And not only, it's not that they don't take seriously, they don't have the awareness, and it's on us to educate them and bring awareness. That's what it is. I mean, when we give a weapon, we tell them, hey, this is a weapon, it's going to harm people. With data, you can harm people if you don't pay attention to it. You can create unnecessary consequences, and we need to bring that assurance all the way back. Data is something you got to be careful with, and there'll be consequences if you don't use it the right way.
That was outstanding. Thank you both so much for spending time with Dave and me today, really describing the evolution of mobility, the opportunities, what BT and Ivanti are doing together, especially to enable those SMEs to have things much more simply on the security side. We really appreciate your insights.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. Thanks.
For our guests and for Dave Vellante, I'm Lisa Martin. You're watching theCUBE, the leader in live tech coverage.